Today we're going to hear from 7 powerful speakers, and then we're going to march to the corporate headquarters of Kaiser Permanente. The corporate entity of Kaiser last year lobbied against SB 562, a bill that would have and could establish healthcare as a right to all California residents. We fully support all of the healthcare workers and service workers at Kaiser, but we reject the corporate executives that make millions and millions in personal salary per year and the corporate entity that makes billions per year. And we also reject the private health insurance companies and all the other pharmaceutical companies that stand in the way of us having health care for all, for everyone.
What brought you out here today?
Like for that.
My name's Daniel. I'm with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. We believe healthcare is a human right, that it's something that everybody deserves, and that we're at a really crucial time in our political landscape where we need to really start demanding this for everyone, that everyone should have healthcare and access to it.
This is a company that made $64 billion in revenue last year and $3 billion in profits. That $3 billion came from high premiums and it came from turning people away. Do we want to live in a society where our sickest are turned away? Hell no! We do not. We also do not want this big multi-billion-dollar company standing in our way of single payer.
It's really important that we come out here and make our voices heard, because there are people who are really suffering, and at one point in my life that was me. I was 19 and I was diagnosed with leukemia of the acute kind, but I was lucky enough to be diagnosed at an ER that was well staffed. I was lucky enough to make it into a good hospital that had specialized research for my specific kind of leukemia. And there's a lot of people I met on the ward walking around every day trying to make it through who didn't have that same privilege as I did. I remember distinctly my first week, you know, I'm anemic, they're pumping chemo through you, you've got no energy, you're wondering when the next day is going to be your last. And I met a guy named Alex who had bone cancer, but who couldn't get the operation that he needed to get it because it spread to his lungs because he couldn't afford it. And he had to walk around day after day knowing that there were the resources, there were the doctors, there were the nurses who wanted to treat him, but he couldn't get treated because he couldn't afford to pay for it because his insurance wouldn't cover it. Ooh.